Welcome back inside the cozy confines of the Wayne State Fieldhouse. Tonight, it's the 905 Raptors in the house to take on the Motor City Cruise in G League basketball. Hello again, everybody. Chad Bush alongside my partner, Reggie Butler, as we get set for G League basketball. A couple of Eastern Conference rivals, Reg, from a year ago that really jobbing for that top spot at 1 and 2 all season long. They're in a different spot this season, but both these teams looking to get better here on this Thursday night.
Yes, you mentioned they're in a different spot, and so goes life in the G League. 1 minute your roster's one thing, the next month it's another thing. So both teams are looking to get a win.
This is a long road trip for Toronto. They will come back for a 3-game stint. It starts a road trip. They played a couple competitive games on the road, and they really got a big performance from Mr. Perry on that road trip.
They did. He's been fantastic. I would think Mr. Perry, you would call him, he's like an Al Horford type player. He scores on the inside. He scores on the outside. He gets a ton of rebounds. He was the SEC Player of the Year back in college. He's good.
Big time player who can do it, as Red said, inside, outside. And you see him scoring there. Went for 37 against the Go-Go in the loss back on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, the Cruise trying to get a win and trying to get to 2-1 at home, Reg. It hasn't been the start to the regular season that they've looked for, but they have swapped out two-way players, and they're pretty happy with the guy they got in return in Mr. Jared Roden.
Yeah, Mr. Roden, he's been fantastic. He's an inside-outside player as well, but he shoots the three a little bit better. He's a prototypical wing. You see him there slashing. He shoots the ball. He also guards the other team's best perimeter player or best wing player. So he's somebody who the Pistons are really interested in.
23.7 rebounds in the loss back on Monday night to Lakeland. He was also our G of the game. The third game in 4 nights for the 905 Raptors. Can the Cruise take advantage and get a much-needed home win here at Wayne State Fieldhouse? Reg and I will have more analysis and the starting lineups to tonight's game coming up right after this. You're watching Cruise Basketball.
Let's go! In the NBA, what's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Prowl, the Cluck, the Spider, and Tyrannosaurus.
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
Welcome back to another night of G League basketball. We're here with the head coach of the Motor City Cruise, DJ Baker. Coach, the 905 Raptors in the house. Last year, you two battled for positioning at 1 and 2 throughout the entire season. This year, it's been a little bit different, but an opportunity tonight to get another win at home here in 2023.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're a really talented team. You know, a roster that, you know, always has two-way guys, always have assignment guys, and they're a great program, so it'll be a good test for us tonight. But, yeah, we're ready to get another home game and kind of get a new rhythm here, and we're excited about the game.
The goal is to get guys to the next level, get them to the NBA, get them ready. You did that last year with Saban Lee, coached him up, and lo and behold, the former 905 Raptors signs a 10-day contract with the Phoenix Suns a couple days ago. That's a moment that must feel good for you in this organization.
Yeah, for sure. I like all of our players from this past year, or from last season, excuse me. I still stay in pretty close contact with those guys. So I text Saban and congratulated him, and you know, really excited about his growth and development, and again his journey to become a long-term fixture in the NBA. So it's exciting to see that.
You also saw your own two-way player do nice things in the NBA. First career bucket for Roden. That had to be good to see a guy break through at the NBA stage, even if it's a bucket. He's played some nice minutes for the big club.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's his first minutes and his first points in an NBA game. I told him today, like, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life. Like, that's like a historic, you know, part of your life in terms of, like, taking that next step forward. He did a terrific job. I was taking notes on him all game long, and I sent them to him right after the game, and he really appreciated that. So he's been terrific. He's been bought in since day one. I think the Pistons coaches liked what they saw from the stint that he got, and we're really excited about him and his future with us.
You broke down the film of the Lakeland game. Obviously, it didn't go your way, but you did have a lead. There were a lot of things that went right in that game, most notably to you. What?
Yeah. I mean, it was a 1-point game with 4.5 minutes to go, and we just really we got great looks down the stretch. We just missed some open shots that I feel very confident and comfortable about. The guys that took the shots, where the shots were located from, and you know, early on in the year, we were trying to figure out like how to stay in games, how to get to the point where we're in games in the fourth quarter, end of game situations. And we would go down early sometimes, and what you've seen now, like it's a competitive game. We're either up by 5 or down by 5. It's like it's a nip and tuck game the whole time. So now what we're getting to as a team, coaching staff, players, is like how to execute down the stretch and how to win games right now. We're learning how to win, right? Earlier on, it was like, okay, let's just stay in games and let's get the young guys like adapted to the league. And now 20-some games in, now they're adapted. We're playing much better. And now the main games were close. The Capital City games were close. Lakeland game was close. So now we're like in every single game with a chance to win. So now it's like, okay, what's that next step in our growth and developmental process as a team? So like, this is what I love about coaching. It's really exciting.
Best of luck tonight in getting over that hump. I know it's coming. I know you're close, and it's fun to watch the progress. Good luck tonight. Thanks for your time, as always.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're excited.
All right, there he is, DJ Baker. It's the Crews and the 905 Raptors going at it. We'll have the starting lineups coming up right after this. This is Crews basketball. With a finish. Amber foul. Welcome inside Wayne State Fieldhouse. Chad Bush and Reggie Butler with you for the 905 Raptors on the road to take on the Motor City Crews. The Raptors coming off back-to-back losses, a sweep at home, and the Crews coming off a loss, a tough one in which they led most of the way back on Monday night. It's Toronto versus Detroit. It's the Crews versus the Raptors. Reg, a great one tonight in store for us on this Thursday night. Good to see you again, partner. What's your thoughts on this matchup between these two rivals from the Eastern Conference in Central Division?
Yeah, I think this is a game that's going to have a great start to it. A great start because both teams are hungry for a win.
Both teams are looking for wins. The Crews just one win in 6 tries this year. Meanwhile, the Raptors in 6 games have won just 2. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight. And we talked a lot about what the Raptors like to do. Look, it's a high volume shooting team, but Reg, they're a lot like the last opponent we saw back on Monday in the Magic. They love to crash the glass and get some of those misses and get opportunistic.
Yeah, they do. They have a feeling of, hey, if we miss, we have a chance to get it back, and that does 2 things. It slows the other team down because they're not getting out in transition, and it also gets you second opportunities. So the Crews are going to have to make sure that they defend the boards.
Meanwhile, the Crews took the day off on Tuesday, came back, regrouped. DJ Baker said there's a lot of things to build on, but really they just need to learn how to win and close and get over that final hump.
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest things, because how do you learn how to win? I mean, it's not, you know, you can't do it on the just getting extra jump shots up. It's something intrinsic that those guys are going to have to get the right stops at the right time and make sure they score the right points at the right time.
That's right. We will not see Saban Lee, who's been a member of the 905 Raptors for most of this season. He was signed 2 days ago to the Phoenix Suns, an Exhibit 10 contract. Good for him. DJ Baker saying, look, we pay attention, we stay in touch, and good to see players get promoted that were once a part of this second-year franchise, the Crews.
That's the purpose of this league, and it is for guys to go up top to their dreams. So happy for Saban Lee.
This is Delano Banton, high on the left, being checked by Sykes. Back to the right point. This is Ron Harper Jr., a 2-way player out of Rutgers. Shot is missed from the corner. And here we go. Crews with the basketball. First offensive possession.
Look for the Crews to get Kaycock involved often and early, as he's been on a tear.
Crews last in the Eastern Conference in scoring, trying to get something going offensively, and that continuity. They'll still search for that in the second possession as the Raptors take over. Crews lost back on Monday to the Magic 110-99. It was a game at which the Crews once led by 8, and they were within 2 with about 4 minutes to go. So they've been on the brink of closing things out and getting a win.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, learning how to win. That's it. You want to get back to those moments and then be able to turn the corner.
Banton bangs one in from 18 feet out, and he gets the first points of the game 1 minute in.
And if you look at this 905 roster, they're so tall. You have Banton guarding Kiefer Sykes. I mean, you got a 6'9" guy guarding a 6-foot guy to start, and vice versa.
That's right. Banton, a Canadian-born player, played at Nebraska. Left elbow jump shot up, no good. And that's the second miss of the game. That's from Reggie Perry, coming off a 37-point burger the other night. Ball ripped out of there, saved by Kaycock around the horn to Nwaba. Sykes thought about the triple. Crews 11% from downtown the other night. Nwaba says enough of that, but he can't get the first one to crack the seal.
And it's interesting. I think 3 Crews players passed up on catch-and-shoot opportunities before Nwaba finally shot that one.
Right block laying, that's Kenny Wooten Jr. out of Oregon. 6'9" forward, and it's 4-0 Raptors 2 minutes in.
You see this big lineup going to the post immediately.
Nwaba goes to the hole immediately, trying to take advantage of the quickness, and he does. 1 free throw coming up line right to try to get 2 points.
And so this will be a battle of styles right here with these starting lineups. As you see Nwaba being able to attack the gap. When you're the smaller team, that's probably what you want to do. The bigger players move slower typically, so as the ball swung around, you want to attack them in those gaps.
Crews take advantage. They cut the lead in half with a free throw as Nwaba knocks it down. He's coming off a 17-point performance and 14-rebound performance. His double-double got lost in the shuffle. There's a 3-ball that's off the mark for Ron Harper Jr. Here come the Crews looking to tie or take their first lead. Right corner 3 on the way. It's long. That's from Palmer. And here come the 905 Raptors.
And you see Palmer with the start. I think Coach DJ wanted to get some toughness in there to start out the game. Palmer, as he's such a versatile player and a do-all guy.
Yeah, late scratch by Jared Roden, who is not starting. Back The other way, Sykes, top side, Kaycock for three, in and out. And we sit at 4-2 with 3 minutes gone by.
Yep, and Kaycock, that's a shot he has to take. I mean, he's wide open to continue to expand his game. He just needs to continue taking those.
And I do not see Jared Roden on the bench, so we'll have to get some thoughts on that. There's a shot missed short, ball ripped out of the hands of Wooten. The other way, Stanley missed it with a reverse.
And there's a lid on the basket for the Crews. I mean, they've had some good looks, some threes and some layups there, but once they see one go in, that changes everything.
Hot pass through the hands of Kenny Wooten. This is a 905 Raptor team that battled last year with the Crews, jockeying for top position in the East all season long. Crews 22-10 a season ago. There's a steal near side, stripped by Perry, and the former Bulldog of Mississippi State and former SEC Player of the Year flushes one home.
That's amazing. Perry's a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he weighs about 250 pounds, and you see him shoot that gap, get the steal, and beat everyone down for the dunk.
Palmer pocket left three, no. Perry with a rebound. Here comes Banton on the run. Former Husker on assignment from the big club. Double team right block, stripped out of there by Sykes. On the run with a 3-on-3. Back to Nawaba. Kaycock 2 times. Stanley kicks back to Palmer, who drives. Kick, open three. Kaycock again. Bullseye.
That's good movement. That's what you have to do when you're the smaller team. Get those big guys moving around. It's eventually goal that in the open man.
It is something he can do. The big fella Kaycock can knock down that three. And so can this big fella. That is stuck by Delano Banton on assignment.
And that's why he's with the big league team. He's really a Raptor who's down getting more reps. And you see him showing his ability from the start.
Nifty play at midcourt, still has it kicked back to Gabe Brown, the former Spartan, splashes from the near sideline. And the Raptors enjoying their largest lead of 7 with 7 to go in the first.
Gabe Brown feeling at home while he's at home.
Former Spartan and Belleville Tiger. Sykes back to Amude. Banton gambled and swatted by Wooten out of bounds. Crews will have to restart when we come back to Midtown Detroit. 12-5, Raptors over the Crews. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first. Glad you decided to join us on the Crews Basketball Network.
What up, Crews fans? My name is TG, and I want to welcome you back to the field house for another night of Crews basketball. As you can see, I got some company down here. Y'all know Turbo. Matilda is in the building. We got games, contests, we got skill tests.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo!
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
Let's go! In the NBA, what's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Brow, the Clark, the Spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou?
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
The 905 Raptors in the lead, founded in 2015. They play in beautiful Mississauga, Ontario. It's a great town. And just a suburb of Toronto. They play at the Paramount Fine Food Center. Eric Corey, in his first year, was hired in July. Back to the action. Tay Palmer kicks it right corner. Nawaba gives up the three. Gabe Brown harassing him. And that's a shot clock violation. Nawaba banged it, but Brown distracted long enough for the penalty.
That play is a microcosm of the kind of players the Crews have. They have very good players, but let's say that with the lack of natural shooters, you've seen it already. Players are passing up shots that a natural shooter would shoot. So it doesn't mean one is better than the other. It's just you see the tendencies coming out.
No doubt. The Crews are 1 of 5 from downtown in this game, and they were just 3 of 27 from downtown back on Monday, so you can understand the gun shy, but shooters shoot, right? And sometimes you just got to keep shooting away.
Absolutely, and got to be ready to shoot. It's about catching it, understanding he's not going to block it. Like he's not, you are open enough to shoot that shot.
Lob to Gabe Brown, who flushes down in Detroit in his return trip. Fine feed from Perry.
Yep, rims in the state of Michigan have seen that a lot from Gabe.
Sure have. Sykes misses from straight on, and here comes Banton and the 905 Raptors up by 9. Cut, kick out. Perry back down low, reverse no good, tip back no good, and Palmer somehow defends that goal and keeps it clean.
That shows Palmer's grit out there with players who are larger than him being able to get that rebound.
Jones open, dead spot right. No, Perry with a board. Raptors by 9. This is their largest lead. Harper lobs to Brown again, and this time a reverse. And DJ Baker's seen enough. We'll take timeout with them. Raps by 11 in Detroit. 5.5 to go in the first. This is Crews basketball.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo.
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
Let's go! In the NBA, what's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Brow, the Claw, the Spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou?
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
Get a look at DJ Baker, the Crews' fine head coach in his second year. DJ's daughter Chastity is celebrating her 9th birthday today. And all the third graders are in the house. We can get a shot of the party pad over there, the third graders that Chastity Baker is leading. Happy birthday, Chastity.
Happy birthday.
Bounce pass to Jaime Ekenike. That hook shot is short. And the rebound ripped off, and here come the 905 Raptors with a comfy lead in Detroit.
Ekenike wishes he could have that back. He left it a little short.
11-point lead. Gabe Brown has 4 of them. He'll heat check a 3, no good. Ekenike is checked in along with nobody else. They thought they were checking in somebody else. Ekenike gets it back and stuffs it home. And the Colombian-born center has cut the lead to 9.
Good job by the big fella, making sure that he didn't leave any doubt on that one.
Ekenike was acquired a few weeks ago. Step back, Banton, long 2-0. Here comes Nawaba trying to cut into this 9-point lead, 4:20 left.
You'll see the Crews here. They have to try to find ways to use what they have as an advantage. And so right now they got 2 big guys in, and they're looking to go inside.
Oh, the move by Ekenike looks smooth. Couldn't finish. Yeah, it's like 2 bigs and 2 smalls.
Yeah, yeah, and with it being him and Kaycock, they're going to have to decide who's going to play outside during that tandem and who's going to play inside. But they both can't be on the same plane per se. As you see the Raptors there, they have spacing. So Perry, he had the ball. Everyone else was outside.
Perry missed the fadeaway. Banton gets the rebound. Working one-on-one against Kaycock. Forces the give up. 3 ball from Ryan Hawkins is through. And the former Creighton Blue Jay has given the Raps their largest lead of a dozen.
Why does it seem like all Creighton guys can shoot?
Something in that Nebraska water. Omaha specifically. Dead spot left, triple no for Nawaba. Big boy rebound, and here comes Ron Harper Jr., the former Rutgers product. Misses short, wanted the call.
Yep, and I mean, good take by Harper Jr., just didn't get the call he was looking for.
Substitutions, and for the first time in weeks, we'll see Kyler Edwards, who was activated, back from a hamstring injury. Sykes will check out. Nawaba will get a much-deserved rest. Also into the game comes Ryan Terrell.
And they're going to look for Terrell to provide some energy. If you watch him, he'll be constantly in motion, even when he doesn't have the ball.
A lot of movement. Edwards in the corner, gives it up to Jones. Back to Kaycock, down the avenue. Floater mid-post, no. There's that energy. Terrell nearly came up with it. Gabe Brown has an energy and emotion as well. He'll take it to the hole and float it in. And Gabe Brown has 6. And the Crews are down by 2 touchdowns at home.
Now that shows you how much better Gabe Brown has gotten. I can't remember many times in college. Now he's been able to push it and dunk it, but to push it and go through traffic and lay it like that, he didn't have that in college. So kudos to him for working on his game.
Now Ekenike with a tip back after the Kaycock miss. And the big center who was just acquired weeks ago with a lot of energy off the bench cuts it to 12.
And good job. That's one way that big fella Ekenike, he can involve himself in the game, is the offensive rebound.
Reggie Perry playing some bully ball, lays it in. Chandre Jones. To Kaycock, who cuts to the hole and throws it off the glass. Quick whistle timeout called by Eric Corey, the first-year head coach. We'll keep it right here with the Crews down by a dozen, 1:47 left in the first.
Yeah, that was good agility by Kaycock, being able to knife through there. And overall, they need a lot more of that. They need to get through those seams and get to the basket, because right now, over the last game and thus far quarter, they haven't found their shooting touch yet. So they're going to have to do things getting to the rim.
Yeah, it's sort of like that size has been big brick wall for the Crews to penetrate. And with the outside shots not hitting. There's a look at the party deck, the party pad. Chastity Baker, 9 years young. There she is. Look at that. Look at that pizza. Look at that party. Oh, all the third graders are having some fun.
We're in the wrong place.
I know. At halftime now we know where to go. Happy birthday, Chastity. I asked DJ if she's a basketball player. He goes, I've been in the NBA since she's been born. She's a basketball girl. Said, did she have a choice? He said, nah, not really. Spot on Hawkins 3, book it. And that is the big forward Ryan Hawkins with another 3. He has 6, and the lead is as large as it's been at 15.
Yep, and that's there created by the initial penetration. And when you penetrate, it draws people in, and the kickouts are there.
Kaycock topside triple splash city. So he answers right back. Give the big fella 8 to lead the Crews.
Good job of Kaycock just leading and being sure to keep the ship afloat while everyone else is finding their groove.
They have checked in number 24, Kyler Kelly, the 7-foot center out of Oregon State. They added him just a couple weeks ago. He was playing for the Danish Baskeligation and the Bacon Bears. Only a team that Samuel Fisher has followed all season long. Here come the Crews, down by 8 in the final minute of the first quarter. Chandre back to Terrell around a screen. His pass tipped and stolen back by Kaycock, who hooks it up and in from the left block, and a much-needed bucket for the Crews.
Yeah, this says, I continue to say, this says a lot about Kaycock. I mean, he's a true pro's pro, being able to still play and fight through.
Sure is. Hawkins kick out. Gabe Brown again. No, Terrell with a rebound. And it's a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock with 22 seconds left.
The Crews are going to try to make sure that they get something good here to get this lead under 10 points before the end of the quarter.
Chandre with 6 to work on the shot clock. Back to Kaycock. 10-footer goes with 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Back to an 8-point game. On the hustle is Morcell. Shot at the buzzer, no good. And so the Crews get some momentum and get it back to 8. They were once down by 15. And we go to the second quarter in Detroit with the Raptors, who won the East last year with a 24-8 record, trying to get nice in Detroit for the first time in franchise history. We're back to Wayne State Fieldhouse right after this.
Your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo.
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
Want to thank our new sponsors at United Restoration Disaster Services. They stand on the front line with policyholders to ensure that any property loss experienced is remedied in its entirety. Where most homeowners and contractors throw in the towel, URDS is just getting started. Contact them today, 877-772-8737. Welcome back. Chad and Reggie with you from the field house. The Raptors over the Crews right now by 8. The Central Division rivals. Chandre Jones whirls, twirls, 16-footer in and out. And a big boy rebound by Kyler Kelly. Kyler with an O.
And the Crews there, they had a lot of motion in that offense. You could tell that they're looking to try to generate something.
Edwards generates a smack to the floor of the pill coming from that backside. Might have got a little bit of skin on David Johnson, who's checked in.
Good job of Ekaneki right there being able to take the charge.
How about it? Good tandem there. A stand-in and a swat. Crews trying to cut it in on a 7-0 run. Ekanike back to Chandre. Down the avenue, kick out. Left corner, 3 on the way. Splash City. That's Kyler Edwards. Welcome back to Detroit City, Kyler.
There it is. That's what they need. They need somebody to catch it and shoot it, and of course make it.
And that's been the guy who's having some great momentum as a rookie. There's a travel by Johnson, so here come the Crews, who trailed in this game.
Yep, and good job by Terrell getting out there and causing that travel. And as you see Jones knifing through, hitting the shooter. It's Edwards, he's a natural shooter. There was no hesitancy. He caught it. He knew there was nothing else to do but shoot that shot.
Yeah, and he shot it pretty well from downtown. Shear. He's had his glimpses, but has been out for the last month. Ekenike 2-timed in the long corner. And he lost it out of bounds, baseline right. As Banton will check back in for the 905s. Hawkins checks out with a much-deserved rest.
And that's right there. That's kind of continuity. Ekenike, he can throw that ball back out, repost for position, and he has to trust that it's going to come back in instead of having to wheel and deal his way in there.
That's right. Trust, the key word. There's a floater. That's Hassani Gravett out of South Carolina. And the 6'2" second-year man gets this lead back up to 7 and stops the 10-0 Crews run. Ekenike, hop, skip, jump to the hole, and it held on for a little home love. Crews have cut it back to 5 with 10:05 to go till halftime.
Good job by the big fella getting in there for the layup.
Morcell, ball fake, nifty on Terrell, and he sticks it in his eye. 31-23, timeout on the floor for the moment. It's a fine looking play. Sometimes you got to create on your own in this league.
Yep, absolutely, especially the way that they close out the shooters. You have to be able to generate something from that.
Amude, floater, mid-post, line drive goes. Pardon me for mentioning Vinnie Johnson as a player that shot looked like.
It was Vinnie Johnson. He was shooting those floaters before floaters were popular.
Yeah. The flattest of floaters you could do with Vinnie. I don't know how that 6-foot frame shot line drivers, but shot up, no. But drawing the foul is Daryl Morcell, who's feeling confident right now.
What I see the 905 is doing a good job of is recognizing mismatches in the post. So you see Morrell, who's a guard, but Jones is a smaller guard. So they don't care per position. They put Morrell down in the post to post the smaller guard Jones.
And it worked. This has not been a big free throw heavy game, just one for the Crews, and this is the first attempt of the game for the 905 Raptors, and they miss it.
And I think the referees want to be sure that this game has a good flow. We saw the head of G League officiating, Mr. Dave Caldwell here, and officials, as they're being evaluated, they want to make sure one goal for all of these leagues is for continuity of the game. I mean, fans might disagree and think referees call too much, but they want the game to flow.
Morcell flows to the hole and lays it in. And DJ Baker's offensive coordinator Brian Boyle comes down and has some words of advice. Nawaba down right block to Ekenike. Working against Kelly, right hand hook, no. Tip back is good. That's Nawaba getting sticky on the glass.
Good job by Nawaba. That's how you're going to have to get it done. You get a tip in, offensive rebound, do something to get yourself going.
Hassani Gravett for 3 in front of his own bench, no. Raptors by 6. They've led by as many as 15 in this game. Crews have trailed the entire way. Amude says enough of it, and he nets one from the dead spot left to cut the lead in half to 3.
Catch it, shoot it, make it. That is such a big thing for this league. You only get one opportunity kind of per possession at that shot. Now I know, some players are talented, they can bail you out at the end of the shot clock, but there's usually some kind of good shot between second 12 and 7.
Johnson misses, left wing 3, heat checker Stanley no. Banton on the run. 905 have seen their lead go from 15 to 3. Steal by Terrell. Nawaba the other way, and he cut. Ooh, he missed it and fell down and traveled. Oh, he missed the bunny, caught it, tried to give it up. That is a walk and a missed opportunity, and you hope Nawaba's all right.
Yeah, I think he fell on his elbow, but it's interesting. The defender, Garrett, he ran back and not undercut him, but did one of those moves to make you try to pick the ball up. And Nawaba knew it was off. That's why he jumped again. And unfortunately, it was his own teammate who hit him in the air.
A little friendly fire. Rabbit back to Banton, open for 3, no, back iron miss. And here comes Kaycock and the Crews, down by 3, they could tie it with a productive money ball.
Yeah, the Crews have done a good job of fighting back in this game.
Offensive foul, they're gonna get Kaycock.
Offensive foul on 12, Devontae Kaycock.
Just his first. He's done better in the foul department. Had been in some foul trouble, Reg. And last few games has really adjusted.
Yeah, that's one of those ones as a big guy. It's like, hey, he kind of ran into me.
Yeah, kind of reaching out to hand off.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, reaching out to hand off, and the guy ran into you. So
it's a toughie.
Yeah.
Man.
Life of a big guy.
Yeah, you know it. You could probably write a book about it. David Johnson hands off top side to Banton. Banton whip pass. Delano Banton's dish is good for an assist. The 3 from Ron Harper Jr., undrafted out of Rutgers this season ago. And the son of 5-time NBA champion Ron Harper.
The genes, good genes right there.
Yes, sir. Stanley with a show and go, and we've got a foul down low. It's going to go on the 905 Raptors. Trying to get position was Kaycock. And Johnson got busted. Timeout on the floor, 6.5 left till the break. The Crews hanging around and jockeying with the Raptors tonight in Detroit. Just the first meeting ever for these two franchises in this city. Coming back to Detroit after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Well, you get a look at the Motor City Crews, proud franchise in its second year. A lot of proud founding fans from a year ago carrying over to the excitement this year. Wins haven't been there, and Reg, but look, the franchise is in great hands. It's in good positioning logistically. And Tom Gores, Troy Weaver, and the hardworking folks of both these franchises have been very productive this season in some of the smaller things that they've carried over from last year.
Absolutely, and you see the entire front office is here at this game tonight, so they're heavily invested into this team and the development of these young players.
No doubt. Kaycock's pass is a little bit tall. There wasn't much time to work. It's a turnover. And Reggie Perry back the other way. Crews have done a nice job on Reggie Perry. Perry's coming off a 37-point performance. And he fires one up and draws the foul here.
And yep, they had done a good job. And you see Kiefer Sykes there holding his position, but Perry was able to kind of get that chicken wing around him to get to the middle.
His first, team second.
It's a foul and free throws coming, not many in this game. Perry just 4 points in the contest. So we get a look here, Reg.
Yeah, and so, I mean, good defense by Sykes until Perry kind of lowered that shoulder and got the advantage. You might want, once he gets to a certain level of closeness, you might just double team him, you know, because it already is a mismatch. So you might as well make him become a passer then.
Perry, a former second-round pick out of Mississippi State by the Clippers, traded on draft night to the Nets. Kaycock, former NBA champion with the LA Lakers, to the hole, got it swatted out of bounds.
And you see how the 905, they have multiple players, Wooten and others, who can slide their feet and block shots.
Known as a big-time shot blocker, and known for doing exactly that. Finished 3rd all-time in blocks out of Oregon. Pocket right 3, Nawaba no. Wooten with a rebound. He was NBA G League All-Defensive Team a couple years ago with the Westchester Knicks. Banton. Hook shot up and good, and there you see what's in the bag of Mr. Perry.
Yeah, good show and go. They call it a show and go when those players face up, show that ball that gets the defender leaning, and you can kind of get an avenue to the lane.
Second team All G League a season ago. Can see why. Cross-court pass low but completed to the hole. Nawaba forces it up and gets the foul.
Yeah, but Nawaba, as you mentioned, forcing it up. I mean, the Crews, they feel a little bit anxious. They feel that there's some plays they should have gotten some calls, and so now you see them trying even harder to get to the rim.
Wheeling his way, trying to get offensive production.
Yeah, it's always easier through free throws. If you don't feel your jump shots are completely going in, you want to get to the line. You want to settle things down where you can see some easy ones go in.
2 for the price of 1. Back to an 8-point game. Nawaba with 6 now. Delano to Gabe Brown, who has 9. Bounce pass is swatted away after the sell job by Nawaba went awry.
Yeah, the way he confidently ran down, I thought it was their ball as well.
We know when he's done with the NBA, he's got several sales opportunities.
It's worth a try.
Yes. Not that he needs that. Lob into Perry. Gives it up against Kaycock. Gabe Brown's pass is stolen by Sykes. Crews with a 4-on-2, and they get it, and the bonus ball.
Wow, what speed by Kaycock. If you think about it, he was on a level playing with everybody. And as big as he is, he was able to get down and beat everyone down.
14 for the big boy. Looking for more here thanks to some great defense by Sykes.
There, you see Kaycock with the speed and being able to take the bump and lay the ball.
The kind of finish you'd like. The Crews could cut it back to 5. They've had it down to as low as 3. And with 4:35 left, Kaycock will get a live-in right roll. He has 15. The Crews have cut it to 5. 4.5 left till halftime. Don't forget, at halftime, we'll talk to Aaron Scott of Milk Means More. Looking forward to that chat. Take a little milk. Right corner, Gabe Brown did it again. Give him a dirty dozen in Detroit, and the lead's back up to Ocho.
You've seen the 2 things that are what's going to make Gabe Brown a pro. Corner threes and out lobs at the rim. You know, you add defense to that as well, and that's why he's on the verge of being an NBA player.
Sykes for 3 in front of Gabe Brown. That's no good. Brown trying to get position against Sykes. Nothing home. Good defense by Sykes. 3 no. Offensive rebound. Stick back. Wooten no. Kaycock cleans it up.
Yep, and there. I don't know if Gabe Brown, let's say back a few years ago, would have even been trying to get that post position. So we see here players growing up in front of our eyes.
Yes, sir. Timeout on the floor. 8-point Raptor lead. It's been as big as 15. It's been as small as 3. A lot of time left. We're coming back to Wayne State Fieldhouse in Midtown Detroit right after this.
What's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Brow, the Claw, Spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou.
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
Want to thank our partner, Mansour Homes, real estate professionals. Contact Al Mansour. Get you to a great home. No matter where you're at, he'll find it for you, get you taken care of. 248-444-5700. Mansour Homes at Keller Williams. Al at mansourhomes.com. The Crews down 8 and with it, 3.5 left, and we got a hip check coming, and that's the Reggie Perry hip check, and he looks guilty.
And it's interesting. That's why posting up is so important. So there you pick up a foul on Perry, and he wasn't even really involved with guarding the ball. So you have to being physical and still posting and trying to get your position helped out right there for Kaycock.
Just the first on Perry.
So you see there, that spacing with Ekanike being just maybe 2 feet above the free throw line, it's impossible to get Kaycock the ball there. He needs to be outside the three-point line.
A couple of missed threes both ways. Offensive rebound, Gate Brown somehow gets it up. Can't get it to go down. Kaycock on the run out. To Nawaba, to the hole. No, but he draws the foul. And Kaycock found him in a timely fashion.
Yep, good break there. Good break. Good job by Nawaba getting out. Kaycock passing it ahead. If they could finish that, it would really give them momentum.
Some good minutes off the bench for Jones, Ekanike, Kyler Edwards. They've sort of spark-plugged this run, and this time it's Nawaba, the veteran, looking for points number 7 and 8, and he got him. Crews a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and here in this G League, you want to get to the free throw line because you only have to make 1 to get 2 points.
Much improved from their 50% shooting back on Monday. Perry to the hole, out of position. Gives it up to Gabe. Ron Harper Jr. step back 3 short. Edwards on the run. The former Cougar pull up topside triple. Long 2 is good. The Crews have cut it to 4, as close as they've been in about a quarter.
Yep, that's what they need. They need more jump shots. They're going to get their opportunities at the basket, but they need to make more jump shots.
Edwards now with 5 points. He missed his 6th by about a quarter of an inch. 3-ball Perry, no. Looking for his first triple. Here come the Crews on the run with Edwards. Kaycock, the top point getter, 15 points to a cutting Nawaba who lays it in. Give him 10. And the Raptors want timeout in Detroit. Eric Curry calls for it. We'll keep it right here, but the Crews have cut it to 2 with a $1:51 to go until the break, partner.
And you saw that was good ball movement. I don't remember who dribbled during that play. They moved the ball around the horn via the pass. The pass always moves faster than the dribble.
There's the nice no-looker And Nawaba didn't miss, but how about Sykes with a fresh setup and a good looking replay there. 10th assist of the night for the Motor City Crews, who've cut this down to 2 with 1:51 left. Welcome back to Crews basketball. And looking ahead at what's ahead, it's a West Coast trip coming up for the Crews. They'll head out to Ontario, California, and take on the Clippers in back-to-back affairs coming up on Sunday and Monday, before taking on the South Bay Lakers on the 19th and heading home to take on the Herd for a couple on the 23rd and 25th. Eric Corey, the first-year head coach. And Corey taking over the franchise in July. Well, not the franchise, taking over the head coach position.
And this is and the Raptors are a team who takes their G League team very serious.
Oh, yeah.
They've won G League championships. Many coaches from their organization have gone on to be pro coaches, and they really value the G League affiliate.
Sure do. There's a shot at the rim blocked by Nawaba or Ekenike. Harper's going to go line left and shoot 2.
Yeah, that's one. Let's see, after the spin there. So, I mean, some contact. As a player, you never feel it's, you know, you fouled them, but you just want that call at the other end.
No doubt. Eric Corey is just 33 years young, and he's the youngest head coach in Raptor 905 history. Will Voigt, Demetrius Nichols, and Noah Lewis, along with Matt Gray, are his assistants. All right. Crews could take their first lead of the night. Sykes from Ekenike. Nowhere to go. Kick out. Kyler, corner 3, Splash City. Crews have taken their first lead of the night with 60 seconds left, 44-33.
Set up by the ball movement. Pass the ball in the post. Sykes cut, hit the corner.
All that continuity starting to come together. And how about the defensive effort tonight for the Crews? Banton nowhere to go. Ekenike getting dirty on the deck. So is Sykes. It's a steal. Sykes up to Kyler. Ahead to Nawaba for the lay-in. Crews by 3 after grimy, gritty defense.
Sykes getting on the floor, being able to get that loose ball. That's what spurred everything.
Crews with a chance all of a sudden to take a lead to the break. Once down 15 points. Perry turns and has it blocked from behind with a little bit of contact.
Yep. Good job by Perry to jump stop in the lane, and that set Ekenike, and then once he stepped through, it could do nothing but create that foul.
Hawkins will check out, and into the game comes Daryl Morcell, who played quite well in his short stint. Here's another look, Reg.
Yeah, good. That jump stop, that's why coaches say the jump stop. You get in the paint, and you have the option to shoot it, and that's a nice step through there he did.
Perry just 8 points tonight. Make it 10, but far from the big night he had, 37-9 back on Tuesday against the Go-Go. All right, here we go. 1 point Crews lead, shot clock start. Sykes around a Kaycock screen. Kaycock right block, 4-timed, gets it off and gets fouled before the buzzer. We've got a foul on the floor and a shot or 2 coming for Kaycock.
Good job by Kaycock of having patience. I mean, even though the shot clock was running down, he still made his move, jump stop, as we saw Perry do the play before, let everybody jump up and then go up.
Around 4 defenders. You're right, the patience. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, good job. I mean, most players would have just rushed that layup up and gotten it blocked.
Crews are perfect from the line tonight. Kaycock with 0.6 seconds left to try to make this a 3-point Crews advantage, and he will. And so that's what the Crews will take to the locker room, their largest advantage of the night, 48-45, as we go to the break. So how about it? The Crews that were once down 15 points in this game have come all the way back to take a 3-point lead at halftime. Reg? a sign of encouragement for the home team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lot of grit they showed to be down so much early. And if you remember, we talked about Kaycock. He kept them in that. He wouldn't let the 905 expand that lead too much. And then once Edwards came in hitting some shots, it really picked them up.
All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will talk to the man and the leader of continuation of community partnerships, Aaron Scott from Milk Means More, coming up on the other side of this timeout. This is Cruise Basketball.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're gonna take it. That's game.
Let's go! In the NBA, what's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the brow, the claw, the spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou?
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse at halftime, 48-45, the Crews in the lead. We have a special guest with us from Milk Means More. Aaron Scott has joined us. Aaron, youth wellness specialist is what you guys pride yourself on. Milk Means More has a great mission, and you guys have achieved quite a bit with a lot of things. Talk about your partnership with the Motor City Crews and the Detroit Pistons.
Yes, absolutely. Right now we have a community partnership with the Detroit Pistons and the Motor City Crews, where we want to provide sports nutrition education support, not only to the students, but also to the community in the city of Detroit.
And talk about the community and what it's like to be able to serve for those in need, and just knowing what an impact Milk Means More has been able to prove, and just data that you all have done.
Oh, it's absolutely an amazing feeling, that we get support from our local farmers in the state of Michigan, and that they care about the nutritional education, not only for our students, but for our community and our state as a whole.
No doubt, and this is something that you guys have continued this with the Detroit Pistons and the Motor City Crews. How important is it to get out to really all of the community? And some folks may think, well, that's not an area of need, but feeding the children, feeding schools, it's a statewide problem. It's not just a local problem.
Yes, absolutely. We want to make sure that all our students in the entire state have the opportunity to get some good quality, nutritious dairy products, not only into their homes, but also into their schools.
Talk about milk. some folks may have some nutritional thoughts. Well, is milk good, at certain times? Is it good for recovery? What's the biggest benefit of having milk and having the actual product to serve and distribute?
Because there's so many ways we can get the product to the table. We talk about breakfast, we can talk about lunch, we can also talk about sports nutrition, so we talk about recovery with chocolate milk.
Well, I know I like chocolate milk, strawberry milk, plain milk, any kind of milk.
Yeah.
Tell us about the experience here and the involvement with the Motor City Cruise and just how fun it is to be a part of a franchise built from the Detroit Pistons that's had so much success now in their second year.
Oh, absolutely. It's an amazing partnership because we're seeing the growth. We're seeing the continued support, and not only from the Detroit Pistons, but also the Motor City Cruise. And not just the organization, but the players, but the staff, but the community. And the students can actually see themselves participating in events on the court.
We're with Aaron Scott of Milk Means More. Aaron, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you throughout the season. Always welcome to stop up by in our booth here, and always welcome back at Motor City Cruise Basketball.
Always. Absolutely love being here.
All right, there he is. That's Aaron Scott of Milk Means More. What a great benefit they are, providing nutritional stability to meals in the DPSCD. We'll take a timeout. The Raptors and the Cruise. And the home team Cruise up by 3 at the break. We're coming back with highlights and analysis right after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo!
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Let's go! In the NBA, what's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Brow, the Claw, the Spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou?
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
Cruise over the Raptors at the break by 3, 48-45 after the first quarter. It was the 905 Raptors with an 8-point lead. They would build that lead to as big as 15 But something happened, and the Crews really clicked and found their way to 30 points in the second frame, and were really boosted off the bench. 8 points from Kyler Edwards in 9 minutes, 6 points from Jaime Ekanike, and they got 17 from Kaycock, 12 from Nawaba, and the Crews with a big first half, but mainly coming in that second frame. There you get a look at the production from the Raptors. They get 12 from Gabe Brown, the local kid coming back. They get 10 from Reggie Perry, as you see the stuff there. 6 points off the bench for Ryan Hawkins. The Crews would shoot 43% and the Raptors 44%. 5 of 16 from downtown for the Motor City Crews. A perfect 2 of 2 for Kyler Edwards from long distance, and 7 of 19 for the Raptors. Reg, your thoughts on the first half, and both these teams sort of playing a different kind of quarter, but the Crews certainly own the second half of the second quarter.
Absolutely, a tale of two halves within the half. And, you know, the way the Raptors started was on fire, and the Crews, they adjusted. They really showed their toughness, and the substitutions Coach made were really good.
Yes, sir. We'll have the second half coming up right after this. Crews by 3. This is Crews basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
In the NBA, what's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Brow, the Claw, the Spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou?
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.
Oh. And here we are back at Wayne State Fieldhouse with the Motor City Crews, the affiliate of the Detroit Pistons, leading to 45 over the Raptors, the Toronto Raptors affiliate, the 905. So Reggie Butler and Chad Bush here, and it was an exciting first half as the Raptors started early and the Crews able to make the comeback, and now you have them up 3, ready to start the second half.
All right, partner, here we have it. Can the Crews close it out? And can they do what they've done already this year at home, and that's win a game? They knocked off the Windy City Bulls back on the final day of 2022. It's their first win in 2023. Again, no Kyler Edwards in this game. He was an anticipated starter and left for personal reasons. So we'll try to get an update on that, but there is excuse me, Jared Roden. I apologize. There's a 3 from Chandre Jones.
Yep, Edwards has definitely showed up as he's
Edwards has shown up. In fact, he's been a big part of the show-up plan. He has 8 points. Jared Roden is out, and he was our G of the game last game, 23.7 rebounds. So, and he's coming off his first NBA bucket. There's a roller in from close range that flips out.
And I think the Raptors are going to look to get Perry involved from the start. He had a quiet first half, even though he did hit double digits. He had a quiet first half in comparison to how he's been playing lately. So they're going to look to establish him on the block early.
Yeah, the Crews a fine job on Mr. Perry in the first frame. 3 of 7. And guy coming off a 37-pointer. Got to keep cool in the first. Free throw made, 2 points counted, and we get a foul down low, and this is going to go on Ron Harper Jr., and this will be his second foul.
And good job by Kaycock, not standing still, rolling to the basket, and it got him bumped. And now he, it got them closer to the Bowman.
17 points, 7 rebounds for Kaycock. Guy who's currently leading the G League in points in the paint per game at 18. Shot short, there's Kaycock, and there's more points in the paint. 1 minute gone by, and the Crews have blossomed their lead back up to 3 as they've reached half 100.
Kaycock, the workhorse. You saw him get fouled by cutting. Then once the ball came in, he followed that shot for the offensive rebound and putback.
Yes, sir. Gabe Brown with 12. Wheeling, dealing. Gives it up back to Perry. Perry with 2 on the timer had it stripped and out of bounds with 1.3 seconds to work for the Raptors baseline right.
Good job by Palmer of getting in there and digging and knocking that ball off of Perry.
So 1.3 seconds left. Trigger by Perry, and that's going to be a foul on Jones, and that's a tough one for the Crews. This will be shots for Banton, line right.
And in that situation, the Crews should probably pre-switch. The lineup for the Raptors is so big. You have Sykes who's guarding Banton. It's only 1 second left on the clock. Maybe Sykes switch over on Gabe Brown for that 1 second, but good job by Banton of recognizing who was guarding him and going to the rim.
It is a non-shooting foul. Perry fade away from 10, no, but a foul is called again. That is what the 905 Raptors wanted to do.
Yeah, they want to get Perry established in there. You see, you might think it's a late call, but referees, as they all, we talked about it last game, they're going to say, hey, I have to see the play through.
That they did. Perry gets it. He has 12. A former McDonald's All-American, top 30 player in the country, 4-star coming out. Kaycock down the avenue, finger roll good, and the foul. Oh, the hang glide and the finish through contact for Kaycock. Give him 21, blackjack.
Wow, and we've called Kaycock an avenger, and we saw him levitating there. Oh my goodness, look how long he's in the air on this, and then nice touch, and they're able to lay it through the foul.
Kenny Wooten was coming with a SWAT party, but he couldn't catch up. Kaycock looking for .22, line left. What a season it's been for Devontae Kaycock. Got it to go. Scored 44 points on New Year's Eve, second most in a game by any G League player this season.
He's had a wonderful season.
Really has. Largest lead of the game for the Crews, who once trailed by 15. They're +4 now. Layup banked in, good. That's Perry.
I mean, if you think about that, Perry caught the ball on the smaller Nwaba way out at the free throw line, and he's able to wheel and deal in there all the way to the basket.
Sykes no dice on the 3, got his own miss. Palmer open, pocket left 3, in and out, no. Sykes, who has some bunnies, went up to get that one. Gabe Brown on the run, kick out left wing. Harper Jr. no, got his own miss and slams it through.
That's one where the Crews fell asleep there. They just kind of, both players took off a little bit, but you got to secure that rebound.
That's 5 for the son of the former NBA world champion. There's a whistle, and that will stay with the Crews. Baseline left. Back into the game comes Ryan Hawkins, who has 6 off the bench. Gabe Brown will head to the other side of the court. Thought he was heading to the locker room for a minute.
No, there's some confusion. I think somebody's trying to psych the referees out which way that we're going.
I think you're right. And indeed it is with the 905 Raptors. Okay.
Yep, so it was out on Palmer, but the way the Crews kind of stood, tried to make him seem like it was going to stay at this side.
No sell. Banton gives it up in the 2-time. Perry to the hole, says, I need the 2-team. Not him, and he fills it up and makes him pay.
Wow, Perry, he has a knack to get to the basket from far away. I mean, you know, most guys, and it doesn't look like he's doing too much. I mean, it's not big-time isolation, triple crossovers. I mean, he just has efficient moves.
Amude for 3, and he's fouled with a hard closeout from Harper Jr. That'll be his 3rd foul, and 1 shot for 3 points coming. And a chance for the Crews to regain the lead. They're now down by 2.
It's how many times would you say per game we see somebody foul a 3-point shooter?
At least twice.
Yeah.
Just never used to happen.
No.
Right?
Well, no. Guys think that they're going to block it. And how many blocks threes do we usually see a game?
0.
It's something. It's something that guys think that they're going to block that when, in reality, you're supposed to bother or just make a miss.
Yeah. Banton to the hole, crafty move, couldn't finish. Sykes on the run, Kaycock down the middle of the freeway, no. But he's fouled on the lodge, and he'll shoot 1 for 2.
You have to make business decisions. When Kaycock is coming down the lane, you have to decide, am I going to put my body in the way, or am I going to just kind of stand in there just a little bit? I mean, he's a big guy coming in. Hawkins, yeah, he was moving. I mean, he tried his best, but Kaycock is he's so fast.
And then conversely, when you see Reggie Perry coming the other way, that's a big fella too.
Yep. It shows how basketball has evolved. Guys, players that size used to strictly be post players, but now you see them pushing the break and getting to the basket from far away.
Tight ends. My football mind goes right to, boy, would he be a nice tight end.
Absolutely. The Tony Gonzalez's, they make him look small.
Yeah, right? It's true. There he is. Perry bodies his way up, and sometimes that big body bends will get you in trouble. And he front ends or rear ends somebody and gets busted for the foul.
Good job of Amude giving his body up. Like, that's how, if you're going to be in there, you have to fully take it. We saw kind of Hawkins get a retreating foul a while ago, but Amude stood strong, and you get the benefit of the doubt.
Despite giving up 40 pounds. Nawaba between the rings, back to Sykes. Sykes. 8 on the timer, jacks up a 3, no, but a foul on the rebound attempt. It's going to go on Hawkins. They'll stay right here. Kaycock was hit to the deck. Oh, they'll get Perry. That's his 4th. That's a problem.
And if you kind of think about that play, Sykes came off that screen and passed it over to Nwaba. Without even looking at the basket, he just drove right in. When we talk about kind of natural shooters and some of those shots they want to do, I'm not a big fan of shooting a three every single possession, but I understand certain threes help the flow of your team. I mean, you already got rebounders in place. When you kind of just drive into those rebounders, you know, fortunately they got the foul, but when it throws everything off. It's almost like you're supposed to take the shots that you're supposed to take that were created.
Makes sense. Kaycock misses the free throw. We're tied at double nickels. 7:45 left in the third. Kaycock with 24 to lead the way. Game high. Step back, Harper, air ball. Hawkins picks it up, one on the timer. Harper at the buzzer, no. And Sykes gets way up and snatches.
Well, we've seen two plays where Sykes has just been flying to the basket.
He can get up. Nawaba crossover, kick out. Sykes corrals the errant pass and resets. Kaycock in the block, two-time, doesn't matter. Devontae with a deuce, and the Crews are back up by 2.
When Devontae Kaycock gets to that left shoulder, just run down, because it's 2 points.
Oh boy, fun to watch. Unstoppable from that 2-point range. There's a hook shot that rims off. No, the stick back by the freshly checked in Aaron Epps is good. And the former LSU Tiger gets this a tie game again.
Good job by Epps coming off the bench and contributing. There's always gold to be found when you offensive rebound.
Sykes down to Kaycock, in trouble against Epps. And that wall up forces a miss.
Good job by Epps again.
Sure was. Banton will step it out against Palmer. Epps to Harper. Hawkins 3, no.
And this is a chance. Either team has a chance to kind of open things up right here, but it seems like they're both playing to the level of the other team. And you look back and you'll wish you kind of took advantage of some of these opportunities.
Misses from close range. Another one here, but a foul. We've got free throws coming up. Tied at 57. We've got a dandy in Detroit. Come on back, won't you? This is Crews basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Game number 7 on the season for the Motor City Crews. Game number 7 also for the Raptors. You get a look at the standings, and you see, look, the Crews at the bottom edge, but doesn't reflect the improvements they've made. The Raptors also find themselves in an unfamiliar position. Both these teams were flip-flopped, where the Maine Celtics and the Wisconsin Herd are right now. It's a different time for them. It's still an opportunity for a win tonight.
So is life and so shows life in the G League. I mean, you have the Crews and the Raptors, who were such strong teams last year. Well, players move up to the NBA. I mean, the Crews were full of players on two-way contracts and draft picks. Raptors lose Saban Lee today to the NBA. I mean, it's just about adjustment.
Indeed it is. 905 Raptors get a free throw from Epps. That's good for 2 points, and that's their margin of lead right now. Ekenike misses the right block banker, and here come the 905 Raptors on the run. Banton right corner. Gabe Brown from Belleville, no for 3. Tapped out of bounds by Hawkins and back to the Cruisers.
And that was the shot they want. The Raptors want to get up more threes, and they just didn't make it.
Yes, sir. Third game in 4 nights for the 905 Raptors. How much does that play into this later stages of the game?
It does, because some of it is involving travel. And so this shows you how deep your bench is. If you have players who can come off the bench and do it, then it doesn't bother you so much. But if those players off the bench don't contribute, you stay with your starters, and then fatigue starts to kick in.
We've seen a full bench tonight by the 905 Raptors. They've played 11. They've got 6 smiling faces on that bench. Chandre Jones' three's no good. The throw ahead from Gabe Brown is completed and fumbled out of bounds back to the Crews.
They were looking to throw it ahead and take advantage, but it went a little too far.
Sykes with a high ball pair of screens, pull up 18-footers, fresh. And the Crews have knotted this thing back up at 59. This is our 4th tie tonight.
That shot can open up so much for the Crews. I mean, if he can come up, because you got Kaycock and Ekeneke out there rolling, and if he can just hit that right there in the middle, that will lead to so much more.
Right corner, bang. That's the rifle from Daryl Morcell. Give them 8 and give the 905 Raptors a 3-point lead.
He was able to knock it down.
Hawkins trying to check Kaycock in the left block. That's a challenge.
Kaycock's so physical. Think of all the off-the-ball fouls he gets from his cutting or his posting. I mean, you literally have to grab him and try to displace him, which last I checked, that was a foul.
That's right. You said the head of officiating for the G League is here tonight.
Mm-hmm. And so he's here, and these referees want to make sure that they call those fouls like that. There's a continual cleanup of basketball. They don't want things getting too physical.
Jones and Nawaba out for the Crews. Kyler Edwards and Ryan Terrell check back in. Line left Kaycock, and he misses the free throw. 3-point Raptors lead. They led by as many as 15 in this game. That was back in the second quarter. It's a new game now. Crews have led by as many as 4. Kick out, open, Hawkins, problem. And the Raptors have doubled their lead in Detroit with 4 to go in the third.
And 2 quick threes, and there you have a 6-point lead. That's why I say that the Crews can't pass up any opportunity to shoot their threes.
It's an offensive foul, an illegal screen on Jaime Ekenike. That's his second, and the 905 Raptors up by 6. Crews needing to pay attention to this run here, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to kind of nip this in the bud right now. Like my coach used to say, who's going to put a Band-Aid on this?
At least you only need a Band-Aid, not gauze. Ryan Terrell nearly forces a turnover. Morcell to the hole, swatted by Edwards out of bounds, off of the body of Daryl Morcell. What a great defensive play.
Yeah, it sure was. It started with Terrell, because without that deflection, then Hawkins doesn't go back to half court.
Started that scramble mode. Horns, Jones, back to Kaycock. Oh, what a pretty share to the sugar that was. And Chandre gets the Crews within 4.
How did he get that pass through there, and how did Kaycock catch it?
Pretty play. Brown has been quiet since his early 12 points. Kick right corner, Hawkins 3-0. Jaime with a high rebound.
A chance for the Crews to get even closer. You want to, you don't want to go down again. It's hard to come back twice on a team within a game.
It takes that energy. Chandre around a high ball screen from Jaime. Missed it, got his own miss. Kaycock off his foot, swatted away by Hawkins, picked up by Brown on the run. Showtime, no. Tip back, yes. That's Hawkins on the bucket.
Yep. And Kaycock, you know, he's such an aggressive player, was trying to get in there, but take the threes that are there. You'll have so many other opportunities to drive. Take the threes that are there.
Threes tonight, 5 of 20 for the Crews, 7 of 22 for the Raptors. Pocket right three, no offensive rebound. Jaime, stick back, fouled by Gabe Brown, who's emotional after the call.
So that play right there, Edwards shot the shot he was supposed to shoot, and Jaime's in position to get the rebound. But imagine if Edwards drives in there and Ekeneke is just in the way because he was expecting, so that was a good example.
Kind of that basketball karma. Things are meant to be and well placed. They will end up working out. Timeout on the floor. We're back with a final 2-8 of the third. This is Crews basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo!
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
Want to thank our friends at United Restoration. United Restoration Disaster Services stands on the front line with policyholders to ensure that any property loss experienced is remedied in its entirety. Where most homeowners and contractors throw in the towel, URDS is just getting started. For a free damage and claim assessment, call United Restoration at 877-772-8737. The free throw is good. And Chad and Reggie are back with you from the field house. It's back to a 4-point game, Reg, with 2 minutes to go. Big defensive set here for the Crews.
Yeah, it is. And you see them come to a zone right here. So looks like they want to keep the Raptors out of that paint.
Gabe Brown for 3, got it. Gabe's third triple, and he now has 15 in this game.
And Gabe being what they call on the AAU circuit, the zone buster.
Yes, sir. Kaycock forces one up, it's short. Jaime Ekeneke throws it back up and gets it thrown back at him. Aaron Epps, the guilty party.
Yeah, good job by Epps of holding his ground and blocking that shot.
Terrell kicked it, and the refs didn't notice it, and Brown bangs another one in. And DJ Baker not happy with that non-call, I can imagine.
I mean, so fast. With Gabe being able to hit those threes, that lead went to 10.
Chandre steps into a 10-footer. Sorry about that, partner.
Yep, nope. It's just when you get shots blocked or aren't able to finish on offense, and the other team comes down to hit threes. Those are actually 5-point swings.
Back to a 10, or now an 8-point game. Kaycock running the floor. Tough luck reverse miss.
It's important the Crews get a stop here to stop this bleeding and so they can go back on the run.
Orcel gets a travel call.
Good job by Ekeneke of holding his ground as Morcell was pivoting around, and Ekeneke didn't move. He just stood there and held his ground.
Sometimes you just need a wall up when you're 6'11", 260.
Yeah, he has to shoot it. So, if you get to moving around while he's moving around, you actually get out of position. Just stay there.
How hard is that as a big man to stay disciplined and on your feet?
Hard, because you want to move around with him. You want to rush him. But, just wait. He has to shoot it eventually.
Yep. Edwards gives it up to Terrell. Terrell in trouble. Bounce pass is stolen. Hawkins swipes it. The 905 Raptors will reset. 10 seconds left in this quarter. The Crews down by 8. They were once up by 4 in this quarter. Gabe Brown for 3 again. No. And nothing on the offensive glass. And we go to the end. But Gabe Brown comes on after we said he had nothing since that first quarter and extends the lead to 8 as we go to the fourth quarter. 4 fingers in the air. Raptors and Crews coming back with an intense fourth quarter. Don't you go anywhere. This is Crews basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo!
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
Ah, there you see it. That's Matilda, otherwise known as the Milk Means More cow. Welcome back to Detroit. My name is Chad Bush alongside Reggie Butler. Yes, it was nice to talk to Aaron Scott from Milk Means More. Yeah, that's Matilda. That's the cow. We'll get another look at Matilda. Wonder if she could, or he could pump out some chocolate milk.
Oh, that sounds good.
Doesn't that sound good? Man. You ever had chocolate milk with any cereal? Be honest with me. In your lowest of moments.
I want to say yeah, or when my Cocoa Puffs made.
Yes,
my
me
Cocoa
too.
Puffs made the milk chocolate.
Yes, me too, Reg. I got to admit it. And I also did it with regular Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Some real lonely moments in life, but I tell you, milk and chocolate milk can do the body good. Edwards for 3, Splash City. Crews back within 5 with 11:25 to go in this game.
Edwards has been on fire tonight. He's been a real lift, shooting the shots he's supposed to shoot, and it's really given the Crews, it's been to their benefit.
Yeah, and remember, they're without the 23 points and 7 rebounds they had back on Monday night from their newest of two-way players, Jared Roden. 4 on the shot clock. Great defensive set here. Kick out, Johnson, 3 at the buzzer, air ball, and that is a Picasso of a set, but a call late and a defensive foul on the Crews. Oh, this is tough.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get Terrell with the push boxing out.
I think you're right. Man, Amude will check in. This is a toughie. 14 seconds on the shot clock, non-shooting foul. But you saw the appreciation of the Crews bench of that defensive effort, Reg.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Terrell's like, hey, Hawkins is way bigger than me. All of the pushing and shoving going on, you're going to call it on me?
Right. Rise and fire, that's Morcell. He has 10. And the Raptors bump their lead back up to 7 on a quick trip from the Cruz that runs awry.
Always throw it high to a big guy.
What about a bounce pass to a big guy? Is that okay?
I think you should throw it high most of the time, especially when it's a smaller guy. Jaime beat his man down, had a smaller guy on him. Sykes tried to bounce it in, but it didn't have any spin on it. You see how it was just a straight line. Usually you have to either put a little bit of spin that's going to come over to the big guy, or just throw it high to him. He'll go get it. If he wants to score, he'll go get it. But what he physically can't do is lay on the ground and get it.
No doubt. Not fair, especially at 6'11". So between the rings we go. 10-10 left. Sykes calls for a high ball screen, gets a double one. Kick back. Edwards, 4-3. No. Sykes with an offensive rebound and a reset. 10 on the clock. And we got a whistle and an offensive inadvertent foul. Hassani Gravett was fouled, and he's got his head buried. Sykes didn't mean it, but it is his third. Palmer will check in. Edwards will check out for the Cruz.
Let's see here. So Sykes is probably like, hey, I just got his arm off of me.
Right. Right, the old schnauzer. Harper Jr., sweet little back pass to Epps, and he drills a triple. Oh boy. Showing off now are the 905ers.
Yeah, and I mean, Epps shot that with confidence. I mean, he shot it like he was supposed to be shooting it.
There's a missed dunk. 3-on-3. Johnson the other way. Missed the shot close. Morcell got his miss. Ball movement. Morcell open, dead spot. 3 missed. Might have been blocked from behind. Nawaba up to Amude. Stanley for 3. Splash City.
There you go. Shoot the shots you're supposed to shoot. You're going to have to get these attempts up. And you had Jaime at the rim where he could have gotten the rebound, and so that was the shot to shoot.
Stretched it out a bit. Gravett for 3. That's no good. Palmer playing big boy ball down there. Gets a possession back for the Cruz.
And with this timing, so the Cruz have, they had to come back in the first half. So this is the time when you make this next one. So where you can hopefully overtake them by time the game is over. I mean, this is the time. It's almost an hour never.
DJ Baker senses that too. He'll send Kaycock back into the game. Jaime Ekanike will take a rest on the end of the bench. Stanley with a crossover that got picked by Harper. Harper Supermans across the floor and has it off a chest on the ground, helter-skelter. Morcell with a lob. Gravett grabs and goes.
I mean, that's just a broken play and heads up IQ by the Raptors.
9-point, 9:05 lead. 8:09 left. Sykes back out. Stanley for 3 again. Perry on the run. 18 points, tied for the team high. Harper Jr. with a miss on the reverse. Stick back good, and the foul from Anderson.
Just everything's going their way. The Cruz, they're competing, they're playing hard, but everything's going the Raptors' way. And some of that is because they're making it go their way.
Right about that. This is David Johnson, actually. 8 points a game. Second round pick, 47th overall in the 2021 draft out of Louisville.
And you see with them, even their wings are coming in and trying to get rebounds, and so the Cruz are going to have to make sure that all 5 guys are boxing out.
Raptors by 12, just like that. Sykes to the hole. Gravett fouls him. And this arena's got quiet over the last couple, Reggie.
Yeah, it's a place, but games are up and down. The Crews can lock in right here. Like who, you know, as things go on, they have so many new players. Who's been established as the leader? So Kaycock has clearly been one of the best players for sure, and you always do see him out there talking, man. But who else is would you consider the leaders per se, where they rally the guys up on the court? I know if they go to a timeout, Coach Baker, he's
Right.
going to lead them there. But who on the court right now is going to get them together?
Very good question. Perry. Banton lost it out of bounds thanks to some active hands. And a reset baseline right. Crews got it back to 10. 7:21 left. A lot of time. Trouble getting it in. 5 seconds. Banton with 2, back to 1. Perry with a hammer from the right. Timeout on the floor. 9:05 up by a dozen in Detroit with 7:12 left. Just like that. Perry with 20 in this game.
Yeah, that was a well-ran play. They come off the pick and roll and threw it back. So Perry with the good finish.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
There you see the 3 new faces in the regular season. Jared Roden, who has not played in this game, but did play the other night for the Pistons. And Jaime Ekenike, who was acquired from the Capital City Go-Go. And then David Nwaba. And Reg, 2 of these 3, the 2 of the 3 that are active tonight, certainly making their mark and doing their thing. Just what the Crews brought them in to do.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done what they could, and not having Roden, especially with it being a last-second scratch, it sounds like that kind of throws your flow off as well. I see if you get a practice in without him, but to have him not be available right before the game throws them off.
Chandre Jones for 3. That's a big one. Gets it back to single digits.
And that's what they need. Good job by Jones. Jones is one of their leaders. Even though he's not a starter, but he's one of their leaders. And good job with him coming off the bench and giving a spark.
5 points for the former Richmond Spider. 6 in the timer. Perry in the right block, 2-timed, and lays it too long. But a foul. And I think they're going to get the Crews on the rebound attempt.
And Jones, it's interesting. As soon as Jones was on Perry, he was calling for help. And I think Kaycock came over there, but it was a little too late.
Guy who played 2 seasons at Mississippi State. SEC All-Freshman team, first team All-SEC in 2020. And the co-player of the year in the SEC in 2020 as well. Gets the free throw to go. Raptors lead it now by 11. They've led by as many as 15. Crews have led by as many in this game as 4. Chandre feeling it. Steps up, misses the 2-point attempt, and here comes Harper in the 905 Raptors. Was blocked by Edwards, but the stick back by Perry's a rim rocker, and it's a 13-point cushion now with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, those plays hurt if you're the Crews. When you get them to miss the layup, Harper was off balance, and Perry comes in for the slam.
Amude with a far pocket triple. And it's back to a 10-point game. Amude with 11 now.
Good job. Those opportunities are there. Amude just has to be sure he's taking advantage of them.
It's his 3rd triple of the game in 5 tries. Kaycock, you'll recall, is 2 of 3 from downtown. Shot short, missed, offensive rebound, ripped out by Stanley, who slipped. But the Crews maintained possession and settled down.
Yep, and good job by Palmer. I mean, he was outweighed with Perry, but he stood his ground.
Stanley with a heat checker. Long. Timeout, 905 Raptors. Timeout, Eric Corey. His team trying to win on the front end of a road trip that'll see him go to Sioux Falls and then Wisconsin in the next week. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it with them. 10-point lead for the Raptors. Can their 3rd game in 4 nights catch up with them? We'll find out right after this.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it.
His name is Reggie Butler. My name is Chad Bush. Robert Sherby is your executive producer tonight in Detroit. Glad you're with us. Crews and the Raptors, the final 5 right now.
And now it's kind of a now or never time for the Crews. They're going to have to get stops, make some shots, and repeat.
905 Raptors with an 11-point advantage in the 3rd. Kaycock forces a walk here by Perry, and it could be the starts of something. Crews want to really make a floor push here in the next 5 minutes.
Yep, and it's possible. I mean, it's only 10 points. That's 5 shots, and with threes, it's even less. So we'll see if the Crews can come back.
Sykes off the bounce to the hole, high off the glass, too strong. Raptors come out. Harper trips. Banton open for 3, long, and one Raptor amongst 4 Crews players grabs the rebound.
So a few things. You had Harper, who was on the floor at half court, able to corral it and pass it to a man. Then you have the shot go up. Then you have to where you don't get the rebound.
Yeah.
And so those are, hey, look, if you're the Crews, you feel that you're playing hard. Those are just the plays that you have to capitalize on to come back.
Yeah, winning plays. Harper, Jr., one-on-one Perry against Kaycock. Folks love this. Kaycock drew the foul. That's going to go on Perry. That's his 5th. That's big.
Yeah, and that Perry, he doesn't like it, but you weren't going anywhere. You were trying to go through him. Your only goal was to bump him on that one, and you'll see there. So yeah, absolutely. That's Oh, for sure. That's an absolute foul. And Perry, he has game. Like, he can play. He has moves, but you can't be surprised about that one.
That's right. Pull up. Chandre for three. No, Nwaba trying to swat it out. Banton cleans it up. And the Raptors want to talk it over and perhaps get Perry off the floor and preserve him. We'll keep it right here in Detroit. Motor City Cruise trying to come from behind, 3:51 left. Trying to learn how to win and close out games, and when you're coming from behind multiple times in a game, multiple double-digit deficits to overcome. They've already climbed out of a 15-point hole, and you're learning how to win. It's tough down 10 late with 3:51 left.
It is, and I mean, if you go back and look at this, you might want to just pull up all of the times that a Raptor was on the floor and was able to pass it to a teammate, like that nobody, stole that pass or things like that. I mean, yeah, you could talk about missed shots or made shots. That happens. That happens in basketball.
Yeah.
It's the winning plays we're talking about that the Raptors have been able to make thus far.
So here come the Raptors with a double-digit lead against the Cruise. First matchup of the year with these two teams. Layup good. Perry made good use of it. He has 26 now to lead the Raptors.
And they kept him in the game, you see, and he made them pay for it. It paid off, excuse me.
Sure did. Kaycock, 28 points. Nearing a double-double. Just 8 rebounds in this game.
And that Kaycock and Perry matchup has been what it was billed up to be. They both have scored and rebounded tonight.
Right corner three's good. That's Edwards. Another triple from Kyler Edwards. And the rookie now has 14 points in his 4th 3 in 6 tries.
Yeah, and Kyler Edwards, he's kept the Cruise really in this game. In the first half, he helped them get the lead, and right here, he kept it within 10.
Yes, sir. Perry fade away, 10-footers, good. He wanted the foul. And that's just a filthy move.
Yeah, and great shot. And he's going to have to adjust as far as they're not giving him the benefit of the doubt with the bumps he's doing. They called the charge, and right there they did not call the foul he was looking for. So he has to continue to make skilled moves, which I know he has.
We've seen that. Little skill, little muscle. Orcel mid-post, might have walked, got away with it, and he drills it from the mid-post.
Yeah, he's smiling there. He knows he got away with one, but if they don't call it, it's not a travel.
12 points. Got a whistle on the floor. Palmer checks in. Edwards will check out. You recall it's Edwards' first game back. He might be a little winded. Looks like it as he goes to the bench.
Absolutely.
He's been out since early December.
And with it being a leg injury, you're not able to kind of do any kind of cardio as well.
That's right. 3-ball Sykes over the backboard, and with 2:07 left and a 14-point hole. Cruz with a big task. Starts with a stop.
Yep, and you still want to play hard through these times. I mean, every game is a learning experience. As the Crews are learning each other, trying to learn how to gain continuity, who knows if 2 or 3 of these plays over the last 2 minutes are plays that are going to kind of get your momentum going for the rest of the season.
Stop here. Kaycock with a rebound. Nwaba cross court to Amude for 3. Got it. Stanley with a triple. He's matched his jersey number of 14 points. And it's an 11-point game with 1:40 left.
Yep, good job. Those are the ones, if Amude can hit that back, the Crews turn into, if Amude can hit those shots, excuse me, the Crews turn into a better team.
They have gotten better tonight from that 3-point line, there's no doubt. Perry, 19-footers good. And he's just toying around now. He's got 30. The 9:05 Raptors by 13.
Yeah, that's the right word. He is. He's feeling good. There's no pressure now, and I mean, not saying he couldn't make that under there, but he's really just getting his bag right now.
Well said. Stanley with a 3, back to 10. Grab it. Gabe Brown, who has it stolen. 10-point game, 50 seconds left. Stanley Amude's come on big. 19 points now for Stanley. Timeout on the floor, 46.8 seconds left.
And here you see the Crews just going to try to put something together to make one more run out of here. So, some threes, a couple of fouls, and just keep things, extend this game.
So, good to see a late surge. Don't go anywhere after the ball game. We'll have our G of the game for the Crews. Crews will be back in action in California coming up on Sunday night. Crews will hit the road after this and play the Ontario Clippers. As you get a look at the Amude attack for 2.
Yep, and the Crews, we're heading out west. You want to try to take these experiences. I know the record is you would prefer the record to be 7-0 if you could, but it's not. What experience have you gained from each of these games?
There's a foul in the backcourt, and it's an experience that we keep saying it, but these guys are playing together and trying to get some time to bond and get cohesive. We've seen improvements, but going out west, spending a little more time can only help that.
That's true. When you go on the road, you kind of form together. You get to know your teammates a little bit more here in town. Everyone's with their families and things like that. So a road trip could be what this team needs.
Did you prefer a bus trip or a flight?
Depending. If it was over 3 hours, a flight, but all flights aren't comfortable for tall guys if I can't get that exit seat.
There's no doubt. Stanley Amude for 3. And a chance for the bonus ball.
See, in a time like this, you might have it to where Amude, this is the game that gets him on track and he starts playing well over the next few games. That's why you keep playing.
Chance for a 4-point play. The officials do want to talk it over. But Amude now with 24 points and a chance for 25. He's really come alive here.
Another foul of a 3-pointer. So we talked about it's not really a chance that you're going to block that 3-pointer, but guys are jumping forward to try to block it instead of bothering it. It's consistently being called.
This is a big call. I mean, this takes it to this would take it potentially to a 2-possession game. And get it to 93-99.
And I'm not sure what they're reviewing. I mean, you saw Amude do his finger in the circular motion to review it. I don't know if the space to land for a shooter, if he wants reviewed. The foul has been called.
Right.
But I don't know what additional they're looking for.
Not sure either. 34.3 seconds left. The Crews have hit a 3. Stanley Amude's come alive. And the 3 ball's good. He was fouled. That was the initial call. And the officials are gathering to make sure it was the proper call, as we are under 2 minutes. But it's been a game, look, Reg, that Crews trailed by 8 points to end the first quarter. They come all the way back to make it tighter at the break with a big 30-point second quarter. And we saw the 905 Raptors come back out and blossom this thing all the way as high as a 14-point lead.
And one of the reasons is Perry. We talked about him at halftime, how they were going to look to establish him. What do you have, 10 points at halftime?
Yeah.
Now he's at 28.
That's right.
So him turning it up has really helped the Raptors.
Sure has. 99-92 your score. And this call still continuing. Your officials tonight. Inte Wang, Blanca Burns, and Christine Esparza.
And also you think about Gabe Brown. All of the threes Edwards has hit, Gabe has matched them, especially those two back-to-back threes during that crucial run that got them up 10.
Gabe Brown 4 of 8 from downtown in this game, 18 points on his return home. Former Belleville Tiger, former Michigan State Spartan. And it looks as though we will indeed have
the
free throw.
Have determined that it was a reckless closeout, a flagrant foul.
Flagrant.
Reckless closeout.
So he'll get 2 shots instead of 1. This could be a 5-point play. This is a new game.
Shooting 2 to make 1.
So in reckless closeout, as the head of officials is here, it's to where they feel that the defender does not allow the offensive player adequate space to land.
Okay.
It's kind of the Kawhi Leonard rule. Ever since he wasn't able to land it, you'll see there. Okay, there it is. Yep, they don't want that happening to where an offensive player can't land on his feet.
So it's a 4-point play, but with a reckless foul, the Crews get it back. And so it's 99-93. 23 points now for the rookie Stanley Amude out of Arkansas by way of Dakota. There's a 3 on the way, no good. And that miss is going to make it a little tougher. We've got a foul on the rebound. It's going to go on Nawaba. And Perry will go line right and have to shoot 2.
And Perry's a grown man. I mean, you saw when he grabbed that rebound. I mean, those elbows went out and everything shut down from there.
I'm telling you, Brad Holmes and Coach Campbell get an eye on this guy. They might want him at defensive end or tight end. That's just man built for multiple sports. The Raptors have reached triple digits in Detroit. They now lead by 7. 100-93 with 26.7 seconds left. One more for Perry, who's been the best player in the building tonight. He now has 32, and the lead is now 8.
He's been the difference.
Amude from Hamtramck barely grabs the front rim. Edwards step back triple with 15 seconds, and he buries it. Edwards with his 5th triple tonight. He's been on some kind of one. Inbound backcourt, 5-point game, 12.8 seconds left. And it's not over yet.
No, it's not. And K-Cox thought he got all ball. That the referees were anticipating the quick foul.
So, 14 for Kyler Edwards. What a night. He is knocked down. 4 triples in the game. Here's another look at what Reggie saw.
I mean, under most circumstances, that might not get called, but the referees kind of, they're human, and they figured that it was a foul coming, and they might have been a little hasty on the whistle.
I agree with that. First one's good from Perry. Here comes the second. He got it. That's a big one. And this is a full, 2 possessions plus. Amude for 3 again. Get out of here. 103.99, 6 seconds left. And a foul on the end line on Gabe Brown. How about this rally?
Yeah, and I mean, kudos to the Crews. We talked about how you have to play every second out and try to get those experiences.
103.99. And we get another look here at the 3 ball by Stanley.
Yep, and good kick out. Now you see that the time is going out. You see the Crews catching and shooting the shots they're supposed to shoot in. That's something going forward, though. Sometime maybe, hey, how much would you shoot if you shot 3 for 27 last game? I mean, they're human. So it's good to see them make some shots and get back in a rhythm that they can continue to go forward. Because if you think about it, maybe they're at the bottom of the standings, but what, 3 straight wins gets you right back in the mix of things?
Sure does. A lot of season left. So 103-99, 4-point game. Raptors will be at the line. What do you do here if you're the Crews? Not a lot of time, but still some life.
Yeah, you try to deny everyone, make the worst free throw shooter catch the ball. First of all, you try to get the steal. But if somebody has to catch the ball, it's the worst free throw shooter, you immediately foul them. You just try to extend this game. You hope to get 2 shots in this 5 seconds.
5.3 ticks left. It's been a night that's seen Devontae Kaycock go off with another big game offensively. He has 31 points, and at last look had 8 rebounds, nearing that double-double. But this night has belonged to Reggie Perry, who has 32 points, and he's been the difference in the second half, and the Raptors attacking that rim. And there haven't been as many misses and attempts from three-point. They sort of adjusted their philosophy as well in this second half.
They have, and it shows you how many good players are in the G League. I mean, Kaycock, who's a stud. We sit here and we see him dominate people every game, and here comes Perry. Does the same thing Kaycock does, has the same effect on the game, even though they're slightly different players. I mean, it just shows you how many good players are in this league.
Gabe Brown's one of them, and he will go line right and shoot 2 shots. Gabe Brown, 4-star recruit out of Belleville High School, where he put up 19 and 6 a game. 3rd-team All-Big Ten a season ago, and signed a 10-day contract with the Raptors back in August. And has been with them ever since. Undrafted out of Michigan State, averaging 8 points a game. Makes them both here, and it is a 6-point game. The Crews will get it in the front court.
Yep, and they're going to try to draw something up where they can shoot off of this catch without dribbling, get another quick foul, and try to get 2 shots if they can in this 5 seconds.
Amude and Edwards have really been a great welcome source to the long ball. They'll try to get Edwards here. Nowhere to go. It into Stanley. Turnaround jump shot 3, rim off, and that's the ball game. So the 905 Raptors come and get their first win in Detroit in Crews franchise history. And these 2 Central Division rivals, blow for blow, long hole to climb back from a 15-point hole. The Crews did it, but couldn't hold on.
Yeah, they let things get too far away during that second half run where they ran out of time. So they want to try to look back at what happened during that run and keep it shorter. Teams make runs, but what if you can keep it at a 6-point run instead of a 12-point run?
All part of the grown-up pains. 105-99 Raptors over the Crews. We'll take a timeout. We're coming back with our G of the game right after this. This is Motor City Crews basketball.
We begin with your dreams, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo!
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
The Raptors, coming off back-to-back home losses, have gotten right in Detroit. They win at 105-99 in a game that saw 4 lead changes and 4 ties. 905 Raptors led by 15 at one point in this game. The Crews would come all the way back and take a 4-point lead. And the Crews would make it close. They cut it down to 3 late with a barrage of 3-pointers coming from their rookies, Kyler Edwards, who knocked down 4, and Stanley Amude with a career-high 26 points behind 7 of 12 from downtown. But the rally was held off by the Raptors, who win it by 6. Welcome back to Detroit. Chad Bush alongside Reggie Butler. And Reg, it was a game of back and forth and some banging Central Division teams, but just too much tonight for the Raptors.
Yeah, it was. And both teams put up very good fights. You know, they withstood runs early, and the Raptors just turned out to have the last run. And as you see here on the highlights, that man right there, I mean, his ability to get to the basket and play physical. Epps, he came in as well and provided some good plays, those putbacks and things. I mean, but both pitchers played good. You had, with the Crews, you had Edwards, who came off and made some shots. Just turned out to be guys like Perry were a little too strong in a game like this.
Good to see guys like Edwards come back, his first game back from injury, and make shots. We talked about 3-pointers offensively. Defensively, though, it just seemed like all the right bounces came for the Raptors. A 3-point, the Crews got a little healthier. They ended up shooting a very solid 14 of 40 from downtown, 35%. They actually outshoot the Raptors from distance.
Yeah, and that was good to see. The Crews have been waiting for a game when they shot the ball well. But just like we see on some of the highlights here, how many broken plays did you see end up in favor of the Crews? You saw the right. You saw the broken play that David Johnson got the and one, and all of the broken plays per se went in the favor of the Raptors, and that's how you end up with a 6-point win.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our G of the game right after this. Raptors with a win in Detroit, 105-99.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com. Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
We like to do it before we go out on the weekend.
We do.
We do it every week.
Whether we need to or not.
We did it today.
It was really dirty.
My parents do it every day.
Hey, kiddo!
Do it every day with the Unlimited Club only at Jack's Car Wash. Protect your car from the hot summer sun, dust, dirt, and contaminants all summer long with the Jack's Unlimited Club.
Join today, starting at just $22.99 a month.
What's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Brow, the Claw, Spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou.
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse. We're here with our G of the game, and it's none other than the rookie Stanley Amude. A career-high 7 triples, 26 points. What an effort by you in a rally to try to get a win. I know it's been a challenge, but you certainly had your game going on from distance when this team really needed you.
Yeah, I just had to, keep fighting at the end there. Coach always telling us never give up. The game is long, especially in the G League and the NBA games. That last 3 minutes goes for a long time, so anything could happen. It was just trying to keep fighting.
What's it been like as a rookie coming in and trying to fit in a professional franchise, your first? And you've had some adjustments in college. You had a couple stops in Dakota and also your last stop in Arkansas. What's the adjustment been like for this franchise, and how fun is it to play here?
Oh, it's a blast to play here. I'm having a good time with my teammates and coaches, getting better every day. I think it's just more individual based on, individual development. I think I've been doing a good job of getting extra reps and stuff, got more time and more off time to be in the gym more. So I think that's the biggest adjustment, just taking the professional mindset towards everything.
You get a chance now to go out on the West Coast and get a trip out to California and play some games out there. Yeah. What's a road trip like with this new team, and are you finding new friends on the road that you can room with?
No, I haven't found no friends on the road, but it's been fun. With the road trips, they get long sometimes, so you know, it's big for us to, make sure we're doing good mentally and just staying together even on the road.
Well, you're our G of the game, our player of the game, and for that, we get you a hat.
Appreciate that.
Congratulations, Stanley Amude. Career high 26 points, 7 3-pointers. Best of luck on your road trip with your teammates. Look forward to catching up with you in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, there he is, Stanley Amude, our G of the game. The Raptors beat the Crews here tonight. We'll come back and wrap things up from Detroit right after this. Good job. Thank you.
In the NBA, what's happening next is happening now. We hunger for another shot.
Let's eat.
We got the Brow, the Claw, the Spider, and Tyrannosaurus Lou?
Come on, really?
Hey, DeMar, we got the kicks, right?
Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, we got them.
This is the non-stop, never boring, make it new every night National Basketball Association. And that's all before tip-off.
Raptors win it behind 34 Reggie Perry points. The Crews behind 28 points from Kaycock and 26 from the rookie Stanley Amude, our G of the game. Not enough to hold off the 905 Raptors. The Raptors will stay on the road and take on Sioux Falls on Sunday. And the Crews will head out to California, take on the Ontario Clippers on Sunday. We will be back on the air with the Crews on the 23rd against the Herd. For my partner, Reggie Butler, my name's Chad Bush, Robert Sherby, your executive producer, and our hard-working crew at the Prep. Thank you so much for watching. Your final score tonight, it's the Raptors with a 105-99 win over the Crews. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.